Well, last week was a bit more uncomfortable than this week. It was 24 for what felt like a long time, and we were defending on our try line. We started the game well last week, and we talked a lot about this week about when we get ourselves in that situation where we build a lead and how do we keep that momentum going in the game. And it was quite tricky in the first half this week because the wind is strong. And then you're trying to play, and sometimes you end up playing yourselves into a bit of trouble. Even though we scored four tries in the first half, we did play ourselves into trouble at times. Maybe we forced things, and because we're not 100% sure what we're actually trying to do, or we just kind of play until then eventually we turn the ball over on a couple of occasions. And then Kings look very dangerous, and like we know they're dangerous when they have possession, so they score a lot of tries themselves. It's disappointing for us to concede 3. It was disappointing when we conceded 4 last week. But Kings, they took their chances as well. They probed. I think Cyril Pretorius, we know him well from his time with Dragons, and he's very good at just probing around the ruck. So they exposed us there a few times. Obviously, the try they get at the start of the second half is disappointing, and it was quite a close game. But our guys probably get reward at the tail end of the game because we're playing in a quite aggressive manner, which means then there's more opportunities present themselves later in the game. So it's a balance, I think, for us, and we don't want to get ourselves in a situation where we're playing ourselves into trouble and then suddenly the opposition get into a lead and we're trying to chase the game. It's a different dynamic, but so it's definitely a bit of a balance. But overall, we're pleased. We got 9 tries, and we had a lot of young guys get some exposure as well at this level. So for Ronan Keller making his debut, Jack Dunn, Patrick Patterson, those two in particular coming off the bench for their first outings here at the RDS, and a number of other young players who I thought did well, considering they haven't played a huge amount at this level. So another positive step in their development, I think, overall. Well, the group is very competitive at the moment, so I think the more guys come in and they know, it's like they're confident in the guys around them. I think that's important. But yeah, it really quite often it reflects the way they train during the week. I thought the players applied themselves well. It was a short week. We came back from Italy late Saturday night, but they turned it around well on Monday and trained with decent level of intensity. And I think if guys are pushing hard during the week, you see it at the weekend. So a couple of lapses maybe defensively where it's a combination of some guys stepping out of the system and exposing us as a team. So but guys will be better for the experience. It's important that we take the learnings from the game. So there's plenty of bits that we can look at in the game that we need to understand what gets us in trouble, so it doesn't come to sort of haunt us later on in the year. But as I said, it's a positive step, I think, for a lot of young guys in particular. And even to get, say, Fergus McFadden back, who's been out for a long time, along with a number of other guys as well. So overall, now we're pleased. No, I thought did well, step back on the inside, and I thought there was a good passage of play from us to start the game. Kings then hit back, and we're under a bit of pressure. Then we're having to defend for a period because we probably turned the ball over a little bit too cheaply on many occasions. And they kicked to the corner, they showed good patience. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's as I said. There's definitely parts that we can improve upon. Defensively, like why are we defending in the first place? Because we catch restarts, don't quite deal with the exits. As I said, it was difficult playing out of that end with the wind. So just making sure we understand how we can manage the game that a little bit better.